You plan the perfect scene. You lock in your visual style, design the coverage, and then you type it all into a single prompt. Character, environment, lighting, and motion all at once. That approach asks the computer to calculate consistent character identity, stable spatial geometry, and clean motion in the exact same pass. Occasionally, a massive prompt aligns perfectly. You get the shot. But that requires pure luck, and luck is not a scalable pipeline for producing a film. To gain control over this process, we have to rethink the output. Stop generating full shots. Start generating isolated elements. By deconstructing a scene into separate pieces, a broken generation stops being a total loss. It becomes a usable asset, giving you deliberate control over every frame. Traditional film production already operates this way. Behind the scenes, modern movie shots are composites. Backgrounds are locked, performances are captured separately, and motion is refined later in post-production. AI simply makes this assembly process visible. We can formalize this with the Element Stack. Every AI shot breaks down into 4 specific layers, and you generate each one separately to solve exactly one visual problem at a time. The first layer is the background. You generate the environment completely free of characters. This locks the world in place, stabilizes the spatial drift, and gives you a reusable set that can support multiple camera angles across a scene. The second layer is the subject plate. Instead of forcing a character to carry the entire environment, you treat this generation as an isolated performance. You are capturing a specific pose or facial expression on a neutral background, ready to composite over your locked set. The third layer is motion. Complex movement breaks AI first, so it should be implied through cuts or added as a precise digital camera push later on. Finally, the fourth layer is texture, film grain, blur, and digital noise. Perfect clarity exposes flaws, so texture acts as the glue. It hides the AI artifacts and unifies these mismatched elements into a single believable image. By breaking the shot into this stack, the need to endlessly re-roll a complex prompt disappears. You replace a chaotic slot machine with a controlled assembly line. Let's apply this to a dense scenario, a character walking through a neon-lit alleyway. The traditional method prompts the wet pavement, the neon reflections, the character's clothing, and a moving camera all together. You watch it fail, tweak a word, and re-roll for hours. The element method breaks that down. First, you generate a clean static alleyway. Next, you generate a separate mid-shot character performance plate. Once those 2 layers are aligned, you add a slow digital camera push in your editing software. Finally, you layer the rain overlays, a neon flicker effect, and heavy film grain over the entire composite. If the character's hand renders poorly, you only regenerate the character. If the camera move feels wrong, you adjust the keyframes. By isolating the errors, your success rate rises dramatically. This workflow changes the structure of your project, but it also changes how you handle the software. Working in layers reduces the pressure on any single generation to be perfect, shifting your focus toward problem solving. If a prompt returns a mangled character standing in front of a flawless cityscape, you haven't failed. You just successfully generated your background layer. You stop feeling like you are fighting against a tool, and you start feeling like you are building a scene from scratch. This approach mirrors the internal logic of the industry's newest models. Many current systems are becoming multimodal, allowing you to feed them separate reference images for your character and your environment simultaneously. They are essentially moving the element stack inside the AI itself. Whether you are manually compositing these layers today or feeding them into a multimodal model tomorrow, showing up with isolated elements gives you a level of leverage that a single block of text can't reach. For your next project, take one shot you're struggling with and rebuild it using these 4 distinct layers. When it's finished, comment "Built, not gambled" below. Up next, we'll look at what happens when an element is almost right and how to salvage it without ever touching the reroll button using the Fix It stack.